Welcome to the History in Focus channel. In today's video, you will see rare photos with incredible stories. Be sure to rate the video. After the liberation of the Dachau concentration camp in Germany during World War II, the former prisoners prepared to execute a Nazi guard with a shovel. The guard was known for terrorizing and executing men, women, and children. It's hard to imagine the pain and suffering inflicted on the Holocaust victims and the desire for justice of those who survived. The discrimination and persecution of Jews by the Nazis were some of the greatest horrors of human history. During World War II, Germany was the target of intense aerial bombings by the Americans, aiming to weaken the country's military and economic capacity. This caused significant damage to German cities, leaving the streets full of rubble and debris. To assist in cleaning the streets, the Germans adapted some of their tanks by removing the weapons and installing shovels or excavators. These modified tanks were used to remove the debris from the streets and help in the reconstruction of the cities. This photo shows a group of American pilots from the 8th Bomber Command, all wearing high-altitude clothing, oxygen masks, and flight goggles. The photo was taken in 1942, during World War II, when bombing planes were playing a crucial role in the conflict. The high-altitude clothing was necessary to protect the pilots from the extreme conditions they faced at high altitudes, including intense cold and the lack of oxygen. This photo shows an SS officer, the elite military organization of Nazi Germany, surrendering to American soldiers during World War II. The officer, visibly defeated, hands his weapon to an American soldier. The SS was a highly trained and well-equipped organization, and its soldiers were considered some of the best in the world. However, the organization also became infamous for its war crimes, including the massacre of civilians on several occasions and for its involvement in the Holocaust. A touching story involving a symbol of love and commitment, wedding rings. But in this case, they have a very sad history. These are the wedding rings that were removed from Holocaust victims before they were executed. It's a shocking and sad image, but it reminds us of the brutality of the inhumanity that occurred during this very dark period of history. Today, many Holocaust survivors carry these rings as a reminder of their loved ones. The Battle of Hiroshima, fought between February and March of 1945, was one of the bloodiest and most violent battles of World War II. The battle for the Japanese island involved a brutal confrontation between American and Japanese troops. In this photo, we can see a United States Marine resting in an improvised trench, built amid the rubble of a beach during the Battle of Hiroshima. At the height of World War II, the city of Warsaw suffered terrible attacks. The city's tallest skyscraper was one of the main targets of the attacks. About 1,000 artillery shells hit the building during the battle. Despite the destruction, the Prudential building was rebuilt and still stands today as a symbol of Warsaw's resilience. This photo is one of the most iconic images of World War II and represents a crucial moment in the history of the Soviet Union. Stalin, the Soviet leader, is sitting at his desk, seemingly calm, as he is informed that Germany has invaded the Soviet Union. Behind this apparent tranquility, however, there was a whirlwind of emotions. Stalin knew that the German invasion was a devastating blow to the Soviet Union and that the struggle for his country's survival was just beginning. The photo, though not authorized, perfectly captures the tension and uncertainty of the moment. A moment of tenderness and love between a soldier and his father during World War I. Despite all the chaos and violence around, this image shows that love and family bonds can still be found, even in difficult times. Notice the details of the image, the clothing of the soldier and the father, the tranquil expression of the soldier as he sleeps next to his father. It's a powerful image that speaks louder than words. An interesting curiosity related to World War II airplanes. Have you noticed the shark mouths painted on the front of some of these planes? This image is a representation of a shark opening its mouth with sharp teeth and a fierce expression. This painting was a way to intimidate enemies and show the power and strength of the planes of the time. It is believed that the inspiration for this image came from sharks themselves, known for their ability to pursue and attack their prey with speed and agility. Shark mouths were common on combat planes from Germany, Japan, and the United States. This is the photo of a concentration camp victim who was liberated by the United States Army at the Buchenwald camp in Germany. He is identifying SS guards who brutally beat prisoners. The Buchenwald camp was one of the largest concentration camps during the Holocaust. Thousands of people were subjected to inhumane conditions. This is the photo of Swedish Major Eric Bondi smoking a cigarette after being ambushed and hit twice in the Congo, on January 15, 1961. It's a powerful image that shows the courage and willpower of a man in the face of adversity. This image is a reminder of human resilience and strength in extreme moments. The United States Army liberated the Buchenwald concentration camp, marking a historic moment in the fight against the cruelty and inhumanity of the Nazi guards. A German guard from the Buchenwald concentration camp had the courage to pretend to be a prisoner in an attempt to escape and was massaged when discovered. We all know Queen Elizabeth II as a significant figure of the British monarchy. But did you know that she also played a crucial role in the war effort during World War II? In 1945, Princess Elizabeth served as an ambulance driver for the Auxiliary Territorial Service, a volunteer organization that provided assistance during the war. She not only drove ambulances but also learned to perform engine repairs and change tires. In 1965, during the Vietnam War, the United States Navy conducted a landing on the beach of Da Nang. A young soldier waits on the beach during the Navy landing in Da Nang, 1965. The image reminds us of the courage and sacrifice of the young soldiers who fought in this war. Many of them were as young as the soldier in the image but were willing to risk their lives for the freedom and security of their country. Jacob Nain became known as the tallest German soldier in World War II, standing at an impressive 2 meters and 21 centimeters tall. He fought for the German army during the war but surrendered to British Corporal Bob Roberts near Calais, France, in 1944. Jacob, who became famous for his unusual height, was also known for his courage to fight for his country. Despite fighting on opposite sides of the war, Jacob Nain and Bob Roberts had a peaceful and humane encounter after Jacob's surrender. This image shows a Japanese pilot who was captured on the USS New Jersey during World War II, who was forced to bathe in front of everyone. It's a tense moment that represents the complexity of relations between countries at war. Rosa Shano was a Soviet sniper who fought in World War II and was credited with 59 confirmed kills. She was one of the few women to fight on the front lines. Her courage and skill as a sniper made her a legend among her fellow soldiers. Shano volunteered for military service after the death of her brother in 1941, and chose to be a sniper on the front line. Praised for her shooting accuracy, she was able to precisely hit the enemy. Heinrich Himmler was one of the most cruel and bloodthirsty leaders of the Nazi regime. He was responsible for organizing the operations of the concentration camps and for the mass murder of millions of people during World War II. A disturbing image that shows Himmler, the Nazi SS leader, visiting the Dachau concentration camp with his daughter Gudrun, only 12 years old at the time.